You have to do little boring things repetitively. You have to be able to read financial statements. But the people that can do that, right now is a good time to buy real estate in several places. Right now is a good time to buy, the stock market's in a wonderful place that I don't give a shit if it goes down. There's still a time to make a lot of money. As long as there's movement, as long as there's significant price movement, you can make a lot of money. You can make a lot of money. And when there's volatility, some of the returns on some of the options contracts right now are silly. It's like, I was looking at $30 strike price for that new energy company I mentioned, and they're paying over 10% premium for May 15th or something. They're paying over a 10% premium for puts that expire in 2.5 weeks. I thought, wow, that's amazing. 10% for puts that expire in 2.5 weeks. You get a 10.5% return. That's amazing. It's amazing. There's a lot of opportunities out there right now. So I don't be discouraged, Jackson. Don't be discouraged. If stock's going up, you can make money. If the stock's going down and you're shorting it, you can make even more money. And you just have to have halfway decent timing and a good sense of what's going on in the world, so you can have that halfway decent timing. So a lot of opportunities right now. Neil, how you doing, Neil? Neil says, hey, Derek and Henry, what ways do you make sure you offer value to your mentors and respect their time? Thank you. I've talked about this a lot. This is a great one for you to talk about, perhaps. He says, in what ways do you make sure to show value to your mentors and respect their time?
Well, I think in martial arts, very important. Very, very important respect, because your mentors, they teach you most of the time from scratch. They teach you not only the martial arts, but you start very young most of the time in martial arts, so you go through whole life. And one of the coaches that you have, or the people that you look up to in the gym, they will guide you all the way up. And I think that's very, very important. Also for me, the way, like one of my good students retired last week, Gilbert Burns, who's also one of your trainers here.
Yeah, Gilbert's been great.
And after the fight, he thanked me for everything, and we changed each other's lives. Gilbert came from the favelas all the way to stadiums where they're screaming his name. Mm-hmm. He changed his life, beautiful family, nice houses, with your help, a smart guy also, make the right decisions. So, and then I thanked him also on the other side for the whole trip that we did together. I learned a lot too during these 14 years together, about life, but also about fighting, about what we said before, the determination, and also again you go into an adventure together, you don't know where it ends, and then if you so many years later you see what you accomplished together, is something amazing. And then when you get that feeling back from your students, that's all you need. And in the gym too, on a daily basis, all I want back from my students when they come, we call it the little juice, is when they come that they are prepared, that they listen, that they be good students, that they respect the rules in the gym. And that's something that's very, very important for me. For myself too, if I look back at my mentors, if he comes in the door now, my first trainer who fought in UFC 1, his name is Gegard Godot. If he comes in the room now, the first thing I do is stand up and give him a hand. And that's the respect that you have to give, because again, they put all the time in you, help you changing your life, help you guiding the right way. And sometimes even these people are more important than the people you have at home, because you can pick and choose who you think is good for guiding your life. So yeah, it's very, very important.
One of the ways that I always wanted to show my respect for your time, or the people that came here to help me, is when you come back, I wanted to be notably better.
Yeah.
Whatever we worked on, I thought that was very important. I really put a lot of pressure on myself in ways I think a lot of people here just wouldn't understand. But I really put a lot of pressure on myself that, all right, if I'm going to ask the best people in the world, literally the best people in the world, to come spend their time to train me, it's my job to pay attention. I got to show up. I got to pay attention. I got to follow the fucking instructions. And when they come back, I got to be doing notably better than the last time they saw me. And I thought that was number one way in my head that I know, okay, I'm going to have, if I behave that way, I have a beautiful reputation with all of those people. And, is the number one way to show respect is if you're going to ask somebody's advice and opinion, and they think a high-level person takes the time to share with you something that they worked decades to create that skill and create that knowledge, and then they show up and you have excuses instead of results. This is not this opposite of respect. It's very disrespectful. Very disrespectful that you let them come back and you share excuses instead of results. So even when I had injuries, even when I had so many problems in life, I make sure that I had more results when you come back, when other people come back. That was very important to me. Yeah. It was very important to me. When somebody comes to me and they ask me, oh, Derek, blah, 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 can you tell me about this or help me with that? I say, okay, do this, this, this. Tell me the thing. Okay, all right, now go do this, this, this. And then maybe I see that person, a half a year, 2 years later, and, I'll remember. I say, how's that thing going? And most of them are just full of shit, Most of them are just, oh, yeah, this thing happened. I got distracted. And then if they want to ask me another question about something, I said, no. Yeah, I got, good to see you. Best wishes. Yeah. And I don't have time. I don't even want to hear another question. If they ask me something one time and they don't go do the thing, what are we going to talk about? There's nothing for us to talk about. Now I'm being disrespectful to myself if I waste my time with this person who didn't do it the first time. Yeah. They didn't do it already, and now I'm going to spend more time. I'm going to waste my time to try to convince them to show up for their success, That makes sense how I say in this?
Makes a lot of sense.
So I'm very fussy that way. Some people, they think, oh, too much, too intense, all right, go be poor. Stay dumb. Stay dumb and see what the cost of that is. Stay lazy and see what the cost of that is. So I don't want to be around dumb and lazy. I want to be around people that good execution, they're smart and getting smarter. They're good and getting better at something, Those are the people you want to be around. And the only way, maybe one more thought that we could share together that I think you'd agree with me is like, if you want to be around the best people, you have to be like them. You have to be part of that culture, Yeah. You have to do the things that they're doing. You have to live your life like they're living, to really belong, to not be an outsider, to not be an outsider. And if I talk about that, because of the context of our relationship, friendship, time together. At this point, after I trained the way that I did for a number of years, I'm on my 5th year. I could go to your gym. I could go to many of the professional gyms, the top professional gyms in the world. And there's several people there that know me and respect me. Yeah. But I did the things, training like them. I'm training more than some of them. Yep. So there's no shortcut to that. You can't fake that. You can't fake that. Real respect. You see when there's some rich guy in the room, and but the guys there, the men don't really respect him. He don't keep his word. He don't do what he said he's going to do. They might let him be there for some reason, but they don't really respect that person. And say vice versa. It depends on the context, but like if you want to be well respected, you got to keep your word to yourself. You got to keep your word to others, and you got to live your life the way that those people are living. You got to have some of the same struggles and overcome some of the same obstacles that they have, and then be like, oh shit, that guy was already good at this thing, this thing, this thing, and he show up in my area, and he's good at that too now. Yep. And then people are you're really gonna stand out if you do that, because nobody will do it. Nobody will do it. How do you think about this?
Yeah, like that's why we are similar-minded, right? We think about a lot of stuff the same way. And if you want to be a fighter, or you want to train like a fighter, you want to become really good as fighters, you need to surround yourself with fighters. That's why your process of getting better in every division of MMA, if it's grappling, if it's kickboxing, if it's strength and conditioning, you have the best people around you, not only to teach you, but you surround yourself with all these guys, only good things, like iron sharpen irons, they say in the gym always. If you have I said it in my gym, if you have a group of 30 good fighters and there's 20 UFC guys and they're all training every day together, yes, I'm the trainer and I'm an important guy there, but they make each other very strong. They make each other even stronger than I can do from the outside. I just need to make sure that everybody is in line and be in charge of however they need to train, and give them a platform where they can execute, But you need to surround yourself with the best people, as you get better every day and you see it. And if you see it and you really want it, you will change and you will go that direction. But we see very quickly in a group when somebody wasn't supposed to be there. He has skills, but he doesn't have the same mindset. There's a very big difference between an athlete and a fighter. You can be an athlete, a freak of nature, but when it comes to fighting, you figure it out very soon when you're with 30 people and 20 of them are real fighters, So it's very important, the environment. You need to adapt on that. And if you want to go to the direction, surround yourself with the people who have the same mindset. Because left and right where you look, if you're not step up, they're just stepping over you, and they're stepping and they leave you behind, and you will never get back to that group,
True. Yeah, Glover Teixeira, he made a comment to me some months ago that we had a little tough, battle with each other where he trying to choke me, and I have a very hard time breathing, and can't breathe at all, and then you get just a little bit of air, and that feels miserable, and it's not a fun experience, But I fought out of the position. And we got back to a neutral position, maybe had 3-minute scramble. And, I was very close to being submitted, very close to passing out. And, but I'm just like, fuck that. And I just, I thought if I can breathe, if I can move my body to get 2 millimeters, 2 millimeters of air and blood, then I can breathe.
Yeah.
And my brain keeps working and I can keep fighting.
Yeah.
So I just need 2-3 millimeters, I need 2-3 millimeters so the blood can move and the air can move. So I just thought of it like that. I don't need to do something huge. I need to change my angle, so I just have 2 or 3 millimeters. And I did, and now I can breathe, and now we can keep fighting. And then I got out of the bad position. We kind of reset to a pretty neutral position, and then we're like, okay,
Yeah.
Go again in a couple minutes, But we sitting on the couches in the training room for a few minutes, and he say, there are very few people. He said, there's some guys at the gym, there's some old guys that they know every move, they know every position, but they're kind of soft, They don't have the toughness to be a real fighter, And he said, there's other guys that come that they're tough guys, psychologically tough, physically durable, but they're just not very smart, and they don't have the right information, and maybe they're never going to have the right information because they're not really trying to learn, They're not doing their best to learn. He said there's very few people that have both, and I thought that was such a nice compliment from him particularly. I thought that was such a nice compliment. So there are very, very few people that have the, physical toughness and also the intellectual ability to solve the problems with a lot of stress.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a beautiful compliment. I felt very pleased about that.
Of course.
So yeah, if you want to be respected by others, you gotta live their way of life for a while and be good at it. And I like to go collect those things. I like to do that. I wanted to learn about real estate. I made a lot of money in real estate over time. I made a lot of money in entrepreneurship over time. I made a lot of money in the stock market over time. I learned how to be a good fighter overall. My striking's good. My grappling's very good. My takedown defense is good. My ability to take somebody else down, very good. So, in a few years, I made a lot of progress, But anybody, you can too, I'm not saying I'm so special. I'm saying, nah, I just made a decision to do that, And I think a lot of people here could. They won't, But a few people really could make that type of decision to be like, nah, I don't want to be a normal guy. I want to do abnormal things. I want to have abnormally good results,
Yeah.
And you can't have excellent results while engaging in average behaviors. You're gonna have to engage in excellent behaviors to earn excellent results.
You watch this video all the way through, and that tells me you're dedicated to learning more and earning far above average outcomes in your life. Congratulations for that. But now it's time to take action. If you could have earned those results by yourself, you would have done it already. My head coach has opened up a few spots on his high-demand calendar for an in-person, one-on-one strategy session to help you. On this call, we'll give you the pragmatic advice that you can implement tonight to get laser-focused on the right metrics and leave mediocrity far behind in your past. Click that link right now in the description below and apply for your call immediately. Do it now.